How big was that to do what y'all did on Saturday, to beat Coastal twice?
Man, it was huge. I thought it was possible. We all knew it was possible, but we knew what we had to do, and it just took a lot of grittiness. And we knew the pitching staff was going to have to step up a little bit. I was going to have to hold them accountable and make sure they could make this big move. And the offense, we got clicking. We did just enough to get us to Sunday, and we were fortunate enough to get a bid in the regional.
Pitching 6 times in 5 days, how are you standing up right now?
Man, it's hard to say how much I have or haven't caught, but I mean, with how much I've caught this year in general, it all feels the same. 6 games in 5 days, I was definitely a little tired, a little gassed, but nothing that I hadn't done before.
What are your feelings like through all the gritty work that you guys put in to finally get rewarded with that announcement?
Yeah, like I said earlier, we knew that we were capable of getting an at-large bid. I honestly was not very nervous or anxious this morning at all. I knew we were going to get in. I just thought with what we had done, with all the work we had put in our resume, I knew that it was all going to pay off.
How worried are you that this team has left a lot on the field in Montgomery, or do you feel like y'all going to be able to rejuvenate yourself for this weekend in more heat in South Florida?
Absolutely, yeah. We can absolutely come back and rejuvenate and do exactly what we did this past week. I believe that we play in the big moments. We we know how to rise to the occasion and do what we have to do against certain teams and whatnot. And but I'm excited.
You're a positive guy, always have a smile on your face, but 6 weeks ago, could you have envisioned what this pitching staff has done with the injuries y'all had? You got the news that McGehee wasn't coming back, and you knew Toy wasn't coming back. Could you have envisioned this, what they've done?
Man, honestly, it's hard to say. I knew deep inside that this staff was able to do some things, and I knew it was going to have to take some guys stepping up, like obviously Blake Marshall going 9 1/3 on Saturday, and all types of different outings, like Fluno coming back again to throw a few more innings. Same with Jackson Nezu. And it always takes those couple guys to step up and to carry some weight, Obviously with Toy and McGehee out, that's going to kind of hurt us a little bit. But, of course, with guys like Blake Marshall, even like JT Etheridge rising to the occasion a little bit, showing us what he's capable of doing, it's settling.
Is it cooler to get into the tournament as an at-large, or is it better to just take all guess out of it and just win the conference tournament? What's a better situation?
I think I definitely prefer the at-large bid. It's just, last year, a year ago, Coach Deggs preached on us for them to make them call our name. This year, there was no forcing to do it. They called our name because we did what we had to do. We had 40 wins. We did this against Q1 teams or whatever the case may be. They called our names because we're good enough. And we already knew this, though. So it's glad to see that.
Amplifying on that, last year y'all knew you were in. Coach put it well. He said last year this day was scripted. Today, what was the raw emotion like?
The emotions, some guys were anxious, some guys were nervous. Like I said earlier, I wasn't nervous. I knew we were in, but it's a different vibe for sure. We had some speeches just like in case we didn't get in or whatnot, because at the end of the day, who knows? Nobody knows. And compared to last year, we were at Pete's, while we're watching the TV, waiting for our names to get called. But yeah, it was definitely interesting. It was definitely a different experience compared to last year.
Did you eat the food at the watch party? Before the announcement, were you eating?
Yes. Wait, this year?
Yeah.
Or last year?
Earlier today.
No, I couldn't eat. I had not because I was nervous, because I had a late breakfast, so I wasn't that hungry.
Are you going back and eat, or are y'all just?
I'm gonna eat now. I'm hungry now. It's about time for lunch.
Yeah.